After all polemics and director vacancies in national flag carrier Garuda Indonesia, finally new board of directors were announced. Minister of State-Owned Enterprises finally appointed Irfan Setiaputra as its new president director and former Creative Economy Agency head Triawan Munaf as its new president commissioner.
National flag carrier Garuda Indonesia appointed Irfan Setiaputra as its new president director and former Creative Economy Agency head Triawan Munaf as its new president commissioner during the airline's latest extraordinary general shareholders meeting on Wednesday under the supervision of the State-Owned Enterprises Ministry. Extraordinary General Meeting of Shareholders leader, former Chief Commissioner of PT Garuda Indonesia, Sahalalu Bangal explained the appointment of the Triawan Munaf as the President Commissioner and Irfan Setiaputra as the President Director of Garuda Indonesia was approved by 99.98% of shareholders. Sahala added, there is a change in the new board of directors, where now the president commissioner has a vice president commissioner to maximize oversight of the performance company.
Komisaris utama yaitu Pak Triawan Munaf, kemudian wakil komisaris utama Pak Hairul Tanjung. Tadinya sebelumnya beliau ini komisaris. Kemudian anggota komisaris berikutnya adalah Pak Elisa Bantorwa. Komisaris independen Ibu Yeni Wahid. Lanjut. Komisaris Bapak Peter F. Konta. Ya. Sedangkan direktur utama Irfan Setiaputra.
Irfan is to step up as Garuda Indonesia's new president director to replace I Gusti Ngurah Askara Dadadiputra, who was discharged late last year following the discovery of high-end goods modules into the country on one of the airline's newest airplanes. From Jakarta, Rizka Ayu, Irian Syah Wahyudi for IDX Channel.
Finally, Garuda Indonesia names new leadership team. First thing to know is that previously Garuda Indonesia reshuffle came on the heels of a period when the airline's sterling reputation was tarnished by a slew of legal blunders that stole spotlights throughout the past year. As its final decision, Garuda Indonesia has appointed a technology expert as its new president director. He is Irfan Setiaputra, who is taking up the president director mantle. So let's take a closer look at his profiling through the next graphic. This is the profile of president director of Garuda Indonesia's profile. Irfan Setiaputra. This is his professional backgrounds. Managing director of in 2015-2016, Chief Operating Officer or COO of ABM Investama, President Director of and CEO PT Reswara Minerji Hartama, and CEO of Sigfox Indonesia. So Irfan, who earned his bachelor degree in information engineering from the Bandung Institute of Technology in 1989, lastly served as Chief Executive Officer and President Director at a number of telecommunications companies, including Sigfox Indonesia and Industri Telekomunikasi Indonesia or PT Inti, as I mentioned to you before. Remarkably, Irfan Setiaputra as the President Director of Garuda Indonesia was approved by 99.98% of shareholders. The airline also increased the number of management directors from 4 to 6, retained 1 member from the previous management team, and confirmed 2 officials in acting positions. Let's see the full board of directors name through the graphic. Yes, as I mentioned to before, the President Director of Garuda Indonesia, Irfan Setiaputra, and the deputy of the company, as it is shown on the graphic. This is the Director of Finance and Risk Management, Fuad Rizal, Director of Operations, Tumpal Manumpakutapia, Human Capital Director, Arya Perwira Adilaksana, Director of Services, Businesses, Development and IT, Ade R. Susardi, Director of Commerce and Cargo, M. Rizal Pahlevi, Director of Technical, Rahmat Hanafi. Doni Oscarya was previously on Garuda's board of commissioners until April 2019 and was one of the 2 commissioners who refused to sign off on the career's 2018 financial results. The new appointment came with changes to Garuda's commissioner as well, and so Creative Economy Agency head Triawan Munaf as new president commissioner. To get complete look, here's the current lineup of Garuda commissioner. President Commissioner Triawan Munaf, Deputy President Commissioner Khairal Tanjung. Independent Commissioner Yeni Wahid, Independent Commissioner, also Elisa Lumbantoruan and Peter Gonta as the member of the Commissioner. State-owned Enterprises Minister Erick Thohir saying the ministry had striven to appoint the most credible figures to lead Garuda Indonesia based on his years of experience in the field. Erick Thohir said that Triawan Munaf will also be able to impart strategic marketing insights. Hopefully he can restore Garuda's reputation, which has seen its fair share of blemishes. Despite the euphoria, there are still homeworks to do. The new board needs to get done with. Aviation consultant and observer from Komunikafia, Gary Suyatman, explained some homeworks to fulfill the needs of Garuda Indonesia. What are those? Let's take it through the next graphic. This is the list of Garuda Indonesia's homework according to Observer. The first one is tech on core business, boost cargo revenue, increase asset productivity, intensify available seat kilometers, and digital transformation. The Aviation Observer stated that core business needs to be in the main concern in the near future. Non-core business development is also necessary, but for the time being, it is enough to deal with the main business first. Regarding available seat kilometers, the Observer also stated that it needs to be intensified as is a measure of an airplane's carrying capacity available to generate revenue. Available seat miles refers to how many seat miles are actually available for purchase on an airline. Seat miles are calculated by multiplying the available seats for a given plane by the number of miles that plane will be flying for the given flight. We actually may wonder why the Observer said that Garuda Indonesia has to improve the available seat kilometers. To get deeper view, we can check it through the next graphic. This is Garuda Indonesia's available seat kilometers. The data third quarter in 2018, 14.7 billion seats, but in third quarter of 2019, the number decreased as much as 10% to 13.2 billion seats. Through the graphic, we can see the decline in Garuda Indonesia's available seat kilometers means that not every seat on the plane is occupied and generates revenue for the carrier. While actually the more available seat kilometers, the more revenue Garuda Indonesia will get. In reaching more revenue, there is also another way that Observer mentioned before. Garuda Indonesia must also be able to increase the amount of tonnage of air cargo revenues. There is need to optimize cargo utilizing the belly of a passenger plane without having to convert or buy freighter. Until the third quarter of 2019, Garuda had also raised its air cargo tariff by 52.7%. The biggest increase was in cargo rates for domestic routes by 92%, while international routes actually dropped by 22%. And we hope the new board of directors and commissioners may serve well to change Garuda Indonesia for the better in accordance with good corporate governance principles. Stay tuned on Market Headlines because we'll be right back after the break.